This is Michelle Sisler, owner of Keys to Imagination, and today I would like to welcome Sally Ritchie. Sally is a private music instructor and expert in creating games to teach music concepts. She holds a patent on an entire line of games, and today will show us an easy and effective way to teach and drill terms and symbols with triple threat tiles.
Thank you, Michelle. A couple of weeks ago, I was working with some young students, and I pointed to a quarter note and I said, "What is this?" And I was met with a blank stare, even though this was a student that started out with quarter notes. That was one of the first lessons. How then could it be that she could not remember that it was a quarter note? She knew it got one beat, but she couldn't remember what it was called. And so I'm constantly trying to find ways of keeping that information active in their brains. We all introduce all of these terms and symbols, but getting the students to keep remembering what they are is sometimes a challenge. And so I found a few ways that help a little bit, and I thought I would share those tips with you. One of my favorite things to do in the music, and especially if a student doesn't answer when I ask them to define something or ask them what a note is, if they don't remember right offhand, I will get out my handy dandy highlighter tape. And for those of you that are not familiar with highlighter tape, it is a removable little transparent strip of tape that you can put over the music. You can write on it. But the beauty of it is it will attract their attention, and it maybe gives them a reason to think about it just a little bit more. And the good thing is you can remove it and it doesn't stay on their music. I don't like to mark up the music too much. I do have erasable markers as well, and I like them, but unless you erase them fairly soon, they are no longer totally gone. But I will do that even when the students are older, is if they're forgetting some of their articulation or some types of things. Sometimes you'll get students that don't want to take the time to do fermatas and retardandos and things like that when they're at home practicing, thinking they'll put it in when they play for me. And then they're so used to doing it without any of that they forget when they're performing it as well. So I've always got my highlighter tape handy so that I can mark the things they're missing, and it does draw their attention to it. And to really keep definitions and symbol names and stuff up front in their minds so they can recall it easier. I have them doing worksheets, and we do little puzzles and things like that. Anything to bring it back a lot. But even at times, we still have problems. I like to use, there are a couple of web-based online games. Sprout Beat is one, and Carol Matz's Interactive Piano is another. And they have worksheets and things like that work on terms and symbols. So that's one way that you can keep that active. Other than that, there just isn't a lot out there. For my beginning students, I like to use Legato Lake. It's kind of a music bingo game that's designed for younger students, but it isn't meant to be for middle school and above. And so my main go-to thing is our triple threat games. They're really fast. Triple threat is a kind of a domino game that has a music term or a symbol on one tile, the name of that symbol on another one, and its definition. In this instance, it's a fermata, the word fermata, and hold or pause. And so when we play this game, it's played similar to a domino game, except that you have to match a symbol either with its name or definition. And so the kids or the students have to know what everything means in there. And you'll be surprised when you take these symbols out of context, take them out of the music, you'll find out what they really did understand and what they didn't. But the game is about a 5-minute game, and it is such a great way to review the things that they'll see in the music. Now, you have to match one of these ends. Do you know what they are?
Well, this one is to hold it out longer.
And what's the name of that?
Isn't it like, is it a fermata?
It's a fermata.
Oh, so
and what does this mean?
Diminuendo.
Diminuendo.
Isn't that getting softer?
Yes, it is. Another word for that could be decrescendo, but when you see it in music, usually it's abbreviated DIM, so you need to know that. So you can play.
I'll do that.
Very good. Now take a new tile to replace it. Yep, and then you get the last one. All right, 120 to 140 is Allegro. That's fast and lively. I just told you that answer.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sally, for sharing these ideas for helping students learn and practice terms and symbols. Order these products and subscribe to our newsletter for exclusive content, specials, and webinars at keystoimagination.com.